And now
Then
we've
with the
armies
strange
invading
clothes
and
and iron
pillaging.
masks on their faces.
Judgment Day.
My respects to you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need...
My mother and father...
I'm sorry, my friend.
Alright, I'll see what... I need to get...
You here again?
I need to get...
You here again, boy?
Is there someone...
Hungry, are you? For anything, but he can...
That business with Sigismund...
Aye, that was a good start. Now we need to drive him and his war whores out of Bohemia for good. Farewell.
I need to get out of here.
You here again, boy? May the Lord watch over you.
My respect.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin.
Let's have a word about the price.
Sure, why not?
Agree?
We're getting there.
Very well.
You're right there.
Hey!
God save. Can I help you with anything?
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle. Your husband is keeping me here by force.
Why, for the love of God, would you want to leave the castle?
My parents are lying in the mud of Skalitz at the mercy of dogs and jackdaws. I can't just leave them there.
That's terrible. May the Lord have mercy on their souls. But how can I help you, Henry? I don't want your death on my conscience.
If I could just get past the guard at the gate somehow.
But you can. If you wear a proper suit of armor, and if he can't see your face, he won't recognize you and he'll let you go.
Good thinking. And where can I get the armor?
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around the castle too, and you might find armor nearby.
It's rather embarrassing, but if I'm to pay a bribe, I need money. Unfortunately, I don't have any.
How would you? Don't worry your head about it. This should be enough.
Thank you, my lady. I will repay you, I swear. They'll certainly ask where I'm going.
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Ujitz, to ask the parish priest how the folk there are faring.
That sounds reasonable. Thank you, my lady. I must go now. My lady, I hope you weren't unduly distressed by the arrival of Sigismund's army.
Well, it was to be expected. And thanks to God's mercy and my good husband, there was no more bloodshed. Maybe my mind deceives me, but I have...
You, my lady? Surely not. No evil could
I fear something bigger and worse will come. That Sigismund... May the Lord watch over you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin.
Let's have a word about the price.
Sure.
Agree?
Well now. Well,
Very well, I agree.
Hey, you! What are you doing? Fuck off before I lose my temper. Well? Jesus Christ be praised.
Do you know where I can buy...
I'll try the kitchen. Good luck to you. What are you doing here? Get lost, or you'll have me to reckon with.
my lady.
God be with you. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize. I still think you should stay here in the safety of the... I see your heart is drawing you away from here.
Good morning.
Is there someone here?
Try Votava.
Sigismund's visit the...
And no mistake. That army of his is enormous. It's a good thing Sir Divish is such a fine speaker, or they'd have squashed us. Take care.
I need to get out of here.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ah, I see. All right then. But if you breathe a word about me to anyone... Take care now.
Yeah. 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 You'll have to wait for me here, friend. Better to keep going on my own. Looks like they've already gone.
Who's there? What have we got here? Enter. I'm going to... WCD. Oh!
Sweet Jesus. It's the charcoal burner. Hey! Why did anyone do this? What did these poor souls ever do to them?
What's that? Answer to my prayer. Just when I wanted to vent my rage on someone. Shit! Your end is nigh.
No surrender. We finish what we started.
A pox on you. that? Was that? Well now, look what's come crawling out from under some rock. Ow!
He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand. You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. You didn't abandon me like me. Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. But first, I have to find this shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
away, you beast!
What's going on? Bishop? What in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing? What are you doing?
Came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the boat? When I fled, the humans they meant to violate her, and God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all her misfortune. Right now, I've got to take care of myself.
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
If you lend me that spade, I'll have to dig a grave, and I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it anyway?
My father forged it for Sir Radzig. It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that goes. And where will you dig it anyway? Here? You're not going to lay your parents in unhallowed ground, are you?
You know, you're an unbelievable piece of shit.
Jesus Christ!
That's right! Turn tail and run, you bastard! Easy there, boy. You know me. Your good master won't be needing this anymore. So, let's get to it. Damn it all. How am I gonna do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek?
Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye! Cut the bastard down!
As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth.
Ah!
You call that com... Curse it! Stop pitching! I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? Now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
rossz helyen vagy rossz időben.
Do you need some help?
Henry! There's work to be done. Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back. You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that.
There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Talmberg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
Searching for me?
Yes, Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzig he'd look after me, but as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak. Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humor back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Ratay Mill, my uncle's mill at Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the Lower Castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of a coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Hey, youngster, come here. A word with you, young fellow.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Well, what would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
That was a pretty speech, but you're still talking about a filthy deed.
I gave you other. Good luck to you. A word with you, young fellow. Youngster, come here.
My name's...
Well, you won't... If you...
Well, what would you need? No honourable man.
Did you... Man, still...
I think
If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side.
Thanks. I'll need it.
Oh, and, farewell.
Where can I find a shop?
There's one right outside. Good luck to you. Try unlocking this trunk. Hold the lockpick in your right hand and use it to feel out the tumbler. In your left hand, you hold the blade and use it to turn. Got it? Good. Now turn the whole lot to the blade, but don't stop holding the tumbler on the pit. Otherwise,
I have to eat something.
you forced it.
My insides are shriveled up with the
That
hunger.
crack could be hurting Cutterburn. You have to watch out for that. An experienced guard will recognize the sound at once. You're a dab hand, Hal. Make something out of you yet. Remember, this trunk's supposed to crack. Down.
Have you eaten yet?
Yes, it was very good. Did you bake it yourself?
I did. I'm glad you
Well, you're a sight for sore eye.
What's that dog you have here? He looks familiar.
Don't you remember him? It's Mart, the butcher's dog from Skalitz.
Ah, of course. When I went back, faithful dog. How come?
When we carted you here, we took Mutt along too.
How's he doing?
A lot better now. I slipped him something good now and again when Uncle wasn't looking.
He won't starve to death then. What does the miller have to say?
He can't stand him.
How's that?
Every time he sees him, he starts shouting that he's a useless mouth to feed and...
Jesus.
And it didn't even soften his heart when Mutt brought a hare from the woods. He was happy to eat it.
I could have a word with him.
That would be a...
Does he obey you?
Me? He's got a mind of his own, and...
Ah.
No. He just hasn't learned many commands.
How long has he been with you?
More or less since we came. He runs off now and again, but sometimes I don't see him all day. I think he likes to go wandering.
So he's doing quite well then?
Yeah, I'd keep him, but I don't want to think about Skalitz. So...
Me?
I'm sure the two of you would get on great. He's a handsome fella and lovable. I'd be...
But we never had a dog at the smithy. We never needed one.
Come on.
All right. I'll take him.
Thanks, Henry. Go and get him then. He's sniffing around somewhere here.
Hey, Mutt. Remember me? From Skalitz, remember? You want to go with me? Come on then. We'll get on like a house on fire. Follow me. To me. To heel, Mutt. That's a good boy. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. Come along, free.
Have you got a moment?
All right.
How did you get me away from Skalitz?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on. The soldiers escorted us all the way here.
What about the bandits?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed a few, but the giant who attacked you fled.
Why would Zbyszek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry?
He was always a nasty piece of work. Doesn't surprise me.
Tell me.
When those cumins, they call them, when the cumins came, Zbyszek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He's...
That bastard! Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum...
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway.
Well, you can't.
What happened to the...
They sought refuge in Ratay, and...
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhojed. Johunga is in Sese...
What about Sir Radzig?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Ratay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzig, a place called Perkstein.
How did you get away from those cumins?
You're wrong. If it hadn't been for you... When they came to the mill, they slaughtered everyone. And kept me for last. After you distracted them, I fled to the mines to find my brother, but he... My brother was dead, but I owe my life and more to you.
And I owe mine to you. I won't trouble you any.
I'd like to know...
So, how'd you like it in Rat?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us...
How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Ratay citizens aren't happy the town is full of beggars who don't look like leaving anytime soon.
Do you know anything about those?
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they... Well, folk...
That's all. What actually happened to you in Scal? I mean, during the attack and...
That's a long story. Not a very... Are you sure you want to hear it now?
I do.
All right, then. It was a day like any other. Another ordinary day in my ordinary life. I woke at first light, before the others. I like those kind of mornings best. When the first rays of sunshine quickly drive away the nighttime cold.
Hello, you. Come here.
And the breeze carries the scent of dew-covered grass and the bloom of spring. I wanted to get my chores done before the rest of the household was up. And this morning seemed made for that very purpose. Right, better get to work. I have to feed the hens, weed the garden, feed Tinker. I'd better get it all done before Papa is up. I must bring Tinker a piece of meat. That'll be a nice treat.
He'll be grumpy if I wake him. I'd better let him sleep. Look what I've got. You'll love it. Come along. That should do it. The garden is looking how it should again. Here, chickie, chickie, chickie. Here. Here you are, girls. Fill your beaks.
Come here.
What do you need, Papa?
Go up and see the blacksmith. He made some nails for me. Here's some coin.
All right. Anything else while I'm at it?
No, unless you want to stop off at the market and buy some supplies. And before you go, wake Samuel. The boy's still lying in bed and won't stir. He ought to follow your example and Stebor's. You two don't have to be pushed to work. Well, at least he's still better than that good-for-nothing Zbyszek. The lazy wretch. A helper like that isn't worth a damn. If it weren't for his father, God rest his soul, I'd have thrown him out on his ear long ago.
Aye, he's an idler, that one. And he'd hard...
God will reward him in You could tell him to get his ass to work, too.
Right. Go for nails, sends...
Aye, just so. Oh, and Teresa, once you've done all your chores for the day...
A surprise.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh. Sammy, get up.
Yeah.
Have a bite to eat before go.
All right. Looks like it'll be nice today, eh?
But you have to go to work.
I know.
There'll be no slipping off. You know.
What about dropping that pail on Tonda's head?
Not the first accident you've had.
Well, there you go then. If I leave early, nothing will happen to anyone.
You silly sod. All you ever do at the pond is lie around. The only thing you'll catch is more trouble from the mine master when he finds out. Well, if you're not a child, you can sort it out yourself with Nemoy.
Don't I always?
Pa says you're idle, and if you carry on like that, he'll...
Why would he do that? Then he'd be left only with Stibor, and Stibor's not...
Listen, Zibishek, I'm only telling you for your...
You lot are always going on. All right. I'll get to work.
That's more like it.
Good day, Teresa.
We're at peace at last.
Like I say, you're like a wretched sheep that will go where it's told, even to the slaughter. And of God and the...
What are you two quarrelling about here?
This pipsqueak here claims studying is as hard.
I most certainly did not, because study is, of course...
See? That's what I'm talking about. And yet...
Hang on. What's his...
That study is as hard as mucking out stables, if not...
A man who doesn't work with his hands is an idler.
You're both right, but not one of you has a grain of sense. Work is work, whether it's done with your hands or...
Ah, rhetoric worthy of Socrates himself.
Are you saying this good-for-nothing here, who has to beg for his beer at the tavern, is...
She made last time to old Tonda from Tabor, the one I buy goods from, and he said right away he'll take them. And how much do I want for them?
Come right up, good people. Herbs for your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions.
Greetings, Tess. God's bless.
What's new?
There's to be a dance this evening. Again. Harvest Festival.
What else would we...
I heard they have combat tournaments in Rattay. That must be lovely to watch.
But for a tournament, you need not...
Ah, but...
Oh my god, don't say that.
They wouldn't be the only ones, would they? How about that Henry? He's always waving... But there's an interesting thought now. Which of our fellas do you think would win?
Henry would win, for sure. He's always practicing with that wooden sword, like...
Do you think so? Don't say it. And he doesn't overwork himself at that full.
Anyway, enough about tourneys. God be with you, Henry. Mind you don't get hurt.
Good day, Teresa.
No sign of the blacksmith. Where can he be?
God bless. What can I help you with?
Father sent me to pick up Nail.
Aye, sorry, lass. Martin had to go to the castle to talk.
Oh, I see.
I'm afraid he hasn't had time on account of that sword. But if you come tomorrow, he'll...
All right, I'll stop.
Do that, dear.
Which girls?
Bianca and Johanka. You should stop by.
What was it about?
They didn't say, but it seemed important.
There's no harm in that, is there? Good.
Oh, so I'm only teasing you, girl. Before you know it, your pa will find you a husband, and you'll have a pack of children to take.
Let's hope. Thanks for letting me know. I'll stop.
Not at all. Have you seen Henry around anywhere? If he helped...
He's at the sheepfold by the stockade.
I might have known. How many times? Thanks for telling me.
God save you, Tess.
May the...
Bianca, how...
Papa has me running around from dawn till dusk. You know how it is.
Indeed I do.
I'm glad you're here, Tess. You've got to help me with something. But first, can you go and see Henry for me? He's at the sheepfold by the stockade, as usual.
I know, I saw him.
Aye, he's getting ready for the life of a mighty warrior.
Well, at least we know he'll be able to protect you from outlaws with wooden...
Oh well.
But why don't you bring it yourself?
If Pa saw me running after Henry, he'd tend my heart. But I can't leave him dry in this heat.
All right, I'll bring...
Thanks.
And everyone knows all the beer and scallop.
You know what I mean. And meanwhile, I'll make an excuse to Pa. But I'll tell you all about it after.
I brought you a beer. I'd say you'd need it after a hard battle.
Ah, great. It's as hot as Pa's Forge out here today. That's very...
Actually, Bianca sent it.
Ah, I see.
I don't want to know how. How come you're training on your own today? You're usually... What's his name?
And he's not a vagabond. He's a wayfarer.
Well, it looks like he's off...
Yeah. More likely sleeping. Actually, since I've no opponents, wouldn't you like to have a go? I mean, a bit of swordplay.
Me?
Sure. What?
All right then. I accept your challenge, young sir. But I must warn you, I can
Yeah, I knew you had the heart of a warrior.
if I hurt you, though?
Ah, don't worry. I can handle it.
Don't go easy on me, Harold.
Ah, very good.
Henry! Really? Now that is hardly chivalrous behavior. Now, I shall have to fight for my honor. Take that, you scoundrel! Are you alright?
Nothing. I'm fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Are you mad at me?
No,